Hey guys, I'm getting ready to go fishing in the morning. I'm gonna load up kayak tonight and get the fishing rods around. I'm gonna go float down a section of river I've never floated. I grew up catfishing in the area, but never taken a kayak up. So it's gonna be about a mile upstream and then float my way back down. And I'm gonna try and shoot for catching some smallmouth, maybe some pike. Like I said, I've never really fished this stretch of river that I'm gonna be on, other than where I'm launching from. So. Alright, just got the kayak unloaded. We're gonna go launch her out. So this is the first time I've been out in the kayak this year. It feels good. I wish I was gonna be out here a little earlier, but had to help some things back home. From what I have gathered, I'm gonna do about a mile paddle up the river here, and then after I get up that way, I'll turn around and fish my way back. For the most part, I'll probably stop a handful of times just to cast. It's been a while since I've been fishing out of a kayak. In the last year, May, June, somewhere in there. So it'll be nice to get out again. This little river that I'm on, like I said, I grew up catfishing. We'd catch drum, seen pike come out of here. There's perch up at the beach. But I've never came out to target smallmouth specifically. And seeing that this is only a handful of miles from home, it'd be pretty easy to get up here and find fish, if there's fish. It's a beautiful morning. It's been so humid the last couple days that you no more than have to just walk outside and you're sweating. But I'm sure the heat, the humidity will pick up before it's all said and done. I'll give her a quick try. Need to get an anchor for this thing. That would be a good idea, I think. Just in case I ever happen to find anything good. I don't know if the camera caught it, but that was a merganser. Just making hot laps. There's that merganser. It's only about 4 foot deeper. I'll throw this guy here for a little while and slowly start my descend backwards. Well, if there's anyone watching this that fishes smallmouth in the eastern upper peninsula of Michigan, you want to give me a location to, you know, maybe find some fish. I wouldn't be opposed, but we got fish. Ain't no damn way. I don't have a net. Oh my God, yes. I will fish for this all day. Thank you. Oh yeah, okay. Well, let me tell you, after catching one, that means that there's got to be more. And if there's more, then I could quite possibly be coming here more often. If I'd been out here an hour earlier, I could get into some of that better fishing times. There's another. Little rock bass. Let's see if I can get anything off of any of this structure. There goes that merganser again. Surprised I haven't seen more wood ducks back in here. Back to hooking trees. One of my childhood memories of fishing out here. I was young enough I wasn't setting up my own fishing rig. Like I said, we used to come out here and catfish. It was, Dad grew up catfishing, and that's really where I got my start fishing, was catfishing. And so I grew up catfishing out here. And when I was young, not quite old enough to, rig up my own rod, Dad was lining up my reel, and he had this, he's starting to get a hit on his rod. So we're bottom fishing, it's nothing crazy here. Just sit it, watch the tip of your rod. Eventually you'll get a fish. And that, I don't know if I'll get this one back. That rod takes off the bank. Dad goes running into the water after it. He ends up about waist deep in the water. Gets his fishing rod and reels in the smallest freshwater drum of the entire year. And it was the funniest thing to me as a kid that the littlest fish is the one that ran off that way. But like I said, I grew up fishing this river. When I was 12, we moved down to the Kalamazoo area. And when we moved down to the Kalamazoo area, Dad had a friend down there that took us out fishing. So the rumor was we'd go catch crappie off one side of the boat, perch off the other side of the boat, and bluegill off another side of the boat. And after we'd spend our day fishing for all that, you go, oh, let's go do a little bit of bass fishing. Now, I was 13, maybe 14 years old at the time. And I caught my first bass, and it's what I've always fished for ever since. I enjoy being able to constantly cast and reel. And toss them back out and do it all over again. So I pretty much dedicated from 15, 16 years old to just turned 31 a couple days ago. And the fish I care to chase after the most is bass of any sorts. I like largemouth. I love smallmouth. I'm not very good at the smallmouth side of things, I don't feel like, so I've tried to put an emphasis on it this year to get into them. Pike, caught a muskie, and I've hooked 2 others and lost them. Let's see how many lures we can go lose. A couple trees up ahead. That would be kind of fun to get caught up in. The one thing my dad always taught me was, it doesn't matter what time of year it is, you can always make a tree look like a Christmas tree by throwing your fishing line into it and losing whatever you got on it as many times as you can. When I first started catching smallmouth we used to crappie fish. And the best spot to catch crappie was up in the crotch of a tree. Down by, in the water next to it. And we'd go there and he'd try and cast over in that corner with a bobber. And I think the end of the first year that we found that the crappie were there was 7, 8 bobbers that were in that tree that were his. I may or may not have had 1 or 2, but when you're 13, 14 years old, what are you supposed to do? You're trying to figure out a little bit of everything. Why not figure out how to cast? And then over the years, the tree ended up falling down because of all the bobbers that were in it. He had thrown so many bobbers into that tree that it had fallen into the river and swept away. So if anyone ever finds that tree, there's a lot of torpedo bobbers on it. And all those torpedo bobbers are from him. And he may comment on this video saying that it's not true. He's going to call me a liar up and down. But he just doesn't want anyone to know that he's really good at catching trees. So I'm going to see if I've learned better than that right up here, or if I'm going to follow my dad's footsteps.
So beautiful morning this morning. I didn't get into the fish that I would have liked to, but that smallmouth that made me happy. That's something I've wanted to chase after up in this area for a while now, and to hook into one finally feels good. I hope to continue the journey out there. What I'm going to do is probably springtime go out there. It's shallow water river that runs into a deeper river. So fighting warm river temperatures versus the cold river temperatures, I'm sure that played more into the lack of being hooked into. If not this fall, then this spring, I will make a trip up there and see if I can change my luck compared to this time around. So hopefully you like it. Of course, like the video, comment uh, anything that you would have changed in this process today, and subscribe. Catch you guys later.